Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you had a good day today. It was a good day for me. Um, Good cologne wise too. Actually, we're getting like a something to do with this hurricane they're having south of us. So we're getting some pretty chilly wind and rain. So it was a good day to wear this. I really didn't think I was gonna really get to wear this for another month or so, but I took advantage of the day because the rest of the week is supposed to be okay. So what did I wear? I wore that dupe of Mancera Red Tobacco or whatever it is. Red Tobacco Vanilla by Monarch. Pretty much looks the same. Uh, the spray in this, it's got a nice spray, one of them pressurized atomizers. Watch this. Look at that. But nice scent, nice scent. Um, Actually wearing it for a day and not just a first impression. I kind of picked up on a few other things. I'll get into it right away. How I wore it, well, I wasn't sure if it was going to be heavy or not. I figured it was, and I was right. It's pretty good performing, especially for what was it, the 19.99? I think I got it for 16.99. I can't remember now. Price I paid for it. So $20 I paid for it, we'll say. Um, so I went with two in my moisturizer. Kind of did a from start, the back to the front, back to the front, one on the chest. Put the shirt on. I was wearing a sweater today. One on the sweater. That's it. Uh, Performance, not bad at all. It projects pretty good for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Beast mode, actually, to tell you the truth, the first half hour or so. Then it slowly comes in, and I mean slowly, and it's still projected. Like I said, a solid arm's length out there an hour later. Then it really starts coming. It takes about a half hour, 40 minutes, and it gets a nice couple foot bubble for about I'm going to say about 4 hours, and then it's a really decent skin scent for another couple hours on top of that. So you're looking at about 8 hours, 7 or 8 hours I got out of it. You could reapply after six, but 7 or 8 hours is still a decent skin scent. So um, yeah, so performance is really good, really good. What does it smell like? This is loaded with tobacco and oud and vanilla, and I pick up uh, a little bit of lavender, powdery lavender, and a few spices, cinnamon, nutmeg. Of course, the standard Middle Eastern spices. You know what it is. Some saffron's in there too. Heavy on saffron, actually, for the first little bit. When I first spray it on, I don't like the initial 20 minutes or so, half hour. It really does kind of smell kind of like just a cigarette. I think I said it before in the first, like somebody chips a cigarette. It kind of stinks. And plus, that oud is very medicinal in it, very sharp. And that takes about a half hour, but if you give it about 20 minutes to a half hour, this really becomes a nice scent. That's why you should never judge anything for first impression type deal. The first few minutes, always give it a bit, because this turns into a very nice, very Middle Eastern. Reminds me a lot of little Latafas in its performance and in its quality. So it's decent quality for the price. Um, but very Middle Eastern, very Middle Eastern. Um, Oud heavy, wood heavy, spice heavy, vanilla heavy, saffron heavy, and that's basically what you get after that half hour of that kind of gross oudy tobacco vibe. This nice uh, uh, wood floral with the saffron, kind of like a nice cigar, but not a heavy cigar, not like a big fucking Winston Churchill cigar, more of like almost like here we have what we call Colts. I believe in the States, more popular would be like the Swisher Sweets. Kind of that kind of tobacco vibe, a sweet, light cigar tobacco. Um, and that lasts, like I said, a few hours. And then it's this pretty much turns into this sweet, woody, vanilla, almost chocolate like scent. Um, Very nice, very nice. Uh, There's more than just oud in the woods. Oud's still the dominant wood, but you pick up other woods. And that's pretty much the life of the scent. That's pretty much the scent, guys. It's so at the end of the day, it's a slightly spicy, slightly floral, oudy, woody, sweet, powdery vanilla. Like I said, almost a chocolate like vanilla. It's very nice. Um, that's the best way I can describe it. It's Middle Eastern to its core. That's 100%. It smells like pretty much what you'd expect from a Middle Eastern house. Heavy on, like I said, heavy on the oud and the saffron and some vanilla and some spices. Um, but it's a beautiful scent. You don't get that, yeah, that kind of sharpness. You don't really get it on paper, at least not on this paper. But I definitely get it on skin. It's so give this one a half hour when you first put it on. Don't judge it right away. Give it a 20 minutes, a half hour. Let that oud, that kind of medicinal, slightly funky oud, and dirty tobacco kind of fade away, and you will. I think you will be. I mean, I can't guarantee it, of course, but I think you will be pleasantly surprised by the the smell. Like I said, it's a sweet, spicy, oudy, woody tobacco. I mean, yeah, that's it. If you like Middle Eastern scents, you're gonna love it. If you like oud, you're gonna love it. If you like vanilla, you're gonna love it. If you like spices, you're gonna love it. Um, but you kind of gotta like all of them. You can't just like, well, I like vanilla, but I don't like oud. Well, you're probably not gonna like the scent because it's oud heavy, and vice versa. Well, I like oud, but I don't like vanilla. Well, you're probably not gonna like the scent because it's vanilla heavy. Or I like spice, but I don't like oud. Well, then you're probably not gonna like the scent because it's got some spice in it. So yeah, you gotta like all of them together, and most people do. I'm like, that are into colognes or heavily into these Middle Eastern things lately, and I am too. I'm not saying anything about it. I'm pleasantly surprised by all of the tafas and things like that. So usually, not always, of course. No one bats 100. I don't care who you are, but for the most part, it reminds me of a Latafa scent. Is the best way I can describe that Middle Eastern vibe with the heavy emphasis on oud and vanilla and spices and florals. Reminds me of a Latafa scent. So that's it, guys. That was a day with. No, no compliments. I really didn't go anywhere except I took my mother out to get her stuff for Sunday dinner tomorrow, and that was it. I did drop off. My Esquire watch stopped working, and I was going to change the battery myself. What a hell of a time! You had to have a special tool to get the back off, but I managed to get it off with just some careful use of needle nose pliers. But once I got it off, it's because it's not just a normal watch, I guess. It's an expensive watch. To change the battery's not even a normal battery watch. It's like this big, and it's underneath stuff, so you have to like unscrew things. And I'm like, fuck that. I took it into the jewelry store and was like, can you guys change this battery? Yep. $40 later. So I get that back on Monday or Tuesday. But I mean, not that matters. It's just that's the only place I went. And so I didn't get any compliments. I might be going out tonight, depending on how I feel here in the next half hour or so. If I do, I'll do an update if I get any compliments on it or not, because I'm still going to wear it. So, all right, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourself.